Hello and welcome to my home office and this week's show. The threat of COVID has struck our production family, so this week we are playing it safe and we're playing it just for you. This is UCaaS Connection. Now, today we've aired 13 episodes of UCaaS Connection, and we've heard some truly inspiring stories about how each of you are dealing with the pandemic. The technology you provide, sell, and support has been a virtual lifeline to businesses across the globe. And we want to take a moment just to say thank you. Thank you for your leadership, your innovation, your vision, and in some cases, going the extra mile.
Mike, I want to talk about an initiative called Fuel the Frontline. This is a program designed to help those who are serving our nation in a lot of different ways during this crisis. How is Broad Voice participating in that effort?
Yeah, we've really enjoyed this. Broad Voice has a lot of friends, many friends and family in the healthcare and frontline sectors. And when we were looking to see what it is that we could get into to really make a difference, we really felt like this was the spot for us. These folks in our community, our nurses, they're helping our country, our communities, and just providing a meal for these guys, which normally doesn't seem like a big deal, was really a huge step.
Salesforce announced the AppExchange COVID-19 Resources for Business page, a dedicated resource of more than 65 solutions built by partners and Salesforce Labs. Partners are innovating for customers, employees, and communities during the pandemic. Salesforce assembled the page in an effort to ease access to these solutions.
So our mission statement is changing people's lives through the power of sound and video. And for this presentation, I added people with big hearts to the mix here because there are so many employees who are actively wanting to do something more to kind of help others and to give back. So I think my goal for today in discussing with you is to show everyone how the smallest of ideas can help shape or reshape your organization to do a little bit more, to do a little bit better.
And can you give us an overview of the $1 million Cloud Assistance Program?
Absolutely. The program was really designed and meant to help companies restructure and reallocate some of their costs. The idea behind the program was to give companies bandwidth to be able to cut costs, really save some key staff members, and really make it through these trying times. The program itself offers free cloud services, 2 months of free cloud services, a few months of free S3 object storage, and reduced rates for the remaining year. So it's been a very unique program that's had a ton of success that we're really, really excited to be behind.
One of our customers that's been a longtime customer of ours has been using it is actually a nonprofit nationally called Gigi's Playhouse. And what they do is they help and work with individuals with Down syndrome. So you look at it and you go, what could they possibly use our solutions for? They used our product for internal meetings, of course, GoToMeeting. Well, when the pandemic hit, their playhouses had to close, so we had individuals with Down syndrome that didn't have a place to go for their writing, for their speech, for any of their occupational therapy. And the CEO turned to us and said, we need to expand not only to our employees at the organization, at the playhouses around the country, we need to expand licenses to all the volunteers so they can stay engaged with the people that come in to the playhouse now. We've got to keep them engaged. And so we rolled out licenses to all the volunteers to the different 46 playhouses around the country so that they could continue to support and have purposeful programs for individuals with Down syndrome. You talk about, anywhere from a 4-year-old getting his speech class all the way up to an adult having a virtual cooking class and socially seeing his friends that he's used to going to see. So I think there's unique stories across the board, and we're so happy to see the way that people are trying to take our product to the next level and get creative with it. But when you hear a story like that and the CEO is literally saying, I don't trust any other product but the GoTo and GoToMeeting and GoToWebinar for what we're doing, that's what it's all about.
Now, normally this is the point in the show where we would give you news notes and highlights from around the industry, but this week feels just a little bit different. We're at the midpoint of the year, and we want to make sure you hear us and believe us when we say this is your show. So if you have a story to tell, and we know that you do, send it to us. We'll include it in our newscast and we will post it on our social feeds. It doesn't have to be perfectly crafted or even well written. I mean, seriously, have you heard some of the stuff I've had to say out loud in the last 3 months? But what we do promise is this. If you have a story that needs to be told, we are here to help you tell it. You can contact us at featureus@ucasb.com and tell us your story. And now, let's get to some news. Verizon has released its 13th annual Data Breach Investigations Report, detailing information about the most common and quite a few surprising threats to businesses worldwide. The extensive document addresses tactics, perpetrators, victims, commonalities between events. Now, to say the report is thorough would be a gross understatement, as more than 150,000 breach incidents were recorded and examined in its making. Kentix has announced a partnership with Silver Peak that will provide advanced SD-WAN visibility. The integration delivers comprehensive traffic visibility by adding SD-WAN overlay, underlay, and application traffic details to Kentix's existing end-to-end network activity views. The increased understanding of traffic patterns over links between sites, data centers, and the internet can also lead to better economics and business continuity. And speaking of continuity, Avaya continues its expansion into the cloud with the launch of Avaya Cloud Office by RingCentral for Australia. Avaya Cloud Office by RingCentral allows users to call, message, and more from virtually any device or location. And now that location includes Australia. As recently as February at the Gold Coast's Customer Contact Week, the questions surrounding this launch were mainly centered around readiness. Dustin Ladesar suggested the benefits outweigh the uncertainties.
During last month's Customer Contact Week event on the Gold Coast, between the tropical downpours and the thunderstorms, there was one word on everybody's lips: cloud. Both cumulonimbus and the Nimble Communications varieties. Despite cloud having been around for a while, the use cases have been mixed. The technology has left many organisations scratching their heads as they figure out how to truly empower their contact centre agents and reap the benefits that they were promised. Throughout the event, I spoke with dozens of contact centre leaders, customer experience designers and digital executives, those at the coalface of customer engagement. Regardless of the size of their business, leveraging cloud technology to enable the best possible customer experience was front of mind for each of them. With CX emerging as one of the most critical business differentiators, particularly in the wake of the Banking Royal Commission, which laid bare the consequences of getting CX wrong, those on the front lines of customer engagement wanted to know how to supercharge their contact centres and get the most out of their cloud investments. The common theme in discussions was that many had made the shift to cloud but weren't sure what to do next. Despite this, when cloud is properly considered and release cycles are mapped out strategically, the possibilities are endless. The first, using non-traditional data. So every second, data is being generated from connected devices unimaginable just a decade ago. Each of these devices is another piece in the puzzle that's painting a picture of customer and their unique needs. But unless contact center agents have access to that data, it may as well not exist. A cloud-enabled contact center introduces the ability to bring non-traditional data sources to each agent, giving them a more complete view of the customer. In healthcare, this could be connected medical devices such as Fitbits, heart rate, blood pressure, or blood sugar monitors. In emergency services, data from smoke detectors, weather stations, or drone footage could enable agents to give the most up-to-date information when it's needed most. Gartner predicts that there will be 25 billion Internet of Things devices globally by 2021, And cloud-enabled contact centers give organizations the ability to form a complete view of their customers, predict their needs, and provide truly tailored experiences. The second is enabling flexible operations. It used to be said that the only constant was change, but it seems these days the only constant is crisis. This year started with Australia being ravaged by bushfires as millions of hectares were burned and capital cities left blanketed in smoke. The past few weeks has seen COVID-19 force thousands into isolation and put entire countries into quarantine. In these times of crisis, it's critical that the nation is still able to function. Business continuity, a term that seems vague when things are going well, becomes sharply into focus. Cloud-enabled contact centers provide the flexibility needed during these times, whether by ensuring resources can scale up to meet unprecedented volumes or allowing agents to work remotely if they're unable to reach the workplace. Cloud can maximize business continuity when your customers need you the most. The third point is addressing both agent and customer needs. You see, in today's digital world, customer needs are constantly changing, and so too are the needs of the agents who serve them. But the agent experience has been neglected. In large organisations, particularly those still largely using legacy systems, receiving buy-in from business leaders for technology investments can be a long and arduous process. By the time a purchase order has been approved, needs have shifted again. Cloud-enabled contact centres allow those closest to the agents and customers to deploy new features without needing the hands-on support of the IT or finance departments. Once the cloud foundations have been laid, new capabilities and customer experiences can be released without having to navigate the traditional restrictions of IT. Critically, cloud in the contact centre must be seen as more than just a cost-cutting exercise. When viewed through the prism of improved customer experience for customers and agents alike, cloud is a powerful catalyst for customer loyalty, improved productivity, and employee retention. To effectively use any new capabilities in your customer experience roadmap, it's also key to be able to test the customer and agent experience simultaneously. Cloud enables you to A/B test in a small pilot before rolling out to the full customer and agent base. Unfortunately, in many cases at the moment, this is being held back by the misconception that any change will hurt customer experience. The fourth outcome is bridging the digital divide. The trend towards improving customer experience has seen huge investments in new public-facing digital products, offering AI, automation, and machine learning capabilities to customers. But the same technologies haven't flowed through to the agent experience. And this is creating a digital divide in which agents are trying to support digital customers or consumers with analog tools and processes. In the more complex cases where customers have to call through to an agent, many have already tried to self-serve and have failed to find the answer, but the agent is given no insight into this journey. Agents need the same technologies in their corner as have been rolled out in CX initiatives. AI, chatbots, voice recognition, automation, and machine learning services are all available to our customers through our partnership with Google Cloud and the integration of Google's AI engine into Avaya's core contact center platform. But it must first be recognised that agent experience equals customer experience. So if you've invested in your cloud contact center and are underwhelmed with the results to date, or are unsure where to go next, please feel free to get in touch and learn how to give your agents the superpowers they need.
You know, you've heard me say this a lot on this show, but it bears repeating. The entire purpose for us here at UCaaS Connection, our reason for existence, our raison d'etre, if you will, is to tell your stories, to promote your brands and your tech and the industry as a whole. Now, we've highlighted some great incentive programs on this show. Teleris's Race to the Summit is one, and TCG's President's Club. Both of those come to mind. Now, QOS announced yesterday its third quarter incentive, which they are calling Choose Your Own Adventure. I like the sound of that. Here to tell us a little more about it is Rich Morris, Director of Channel Sales for the East Region. Rich, welcome to UCaaS Connection.
Hey, thanks, Larry. Thanks for having us today. We have a great incentive, like you said. I like a venture myself, but there's 3 ways you can win. So first 10 qualifying opportunities, get a $100 gift card, 15 sites or greater, right? Top opportunity gets a $250 gift card, but deals closed through 2020 get thrown into a raffle for Choose Your Own Adventure, which is up to a $2,500 value, which you can go skydiving at 14,000 feet, race around a track at 5,000 RPMs, or go deep dive in the abyss 100 feet. And we still stay socially distanced, so we're all good. We got it all covered. So that's the offer that we do have, and this is through January this year. And the spiff goes through third quarter.
Okay. Now, is this program for existing partners only, or can others qualify?
Opening Q3 is open to all partners going forward.
Now, for anybody who wants to participate in this program, what's the process?
Reach out to myself, Rich Morris, Director of the East. We have Blaze Brady, Director of the West, or Mike Brennan, VP of Global Channels. Or most importantly, just reach out, and this email goes to all of us at partnerhelp@QOSnet.com. Partnerhelp@QOSnet.com.
Rich, before I let you go, what are some other ways QOS is helping its partners gain more opportunities?
Well, being that we're tech agnostic to the box, essentially, we offer our partners multiple ways to actually access the customer. So we represent VeloCloud. We can manage over the top Vitella. So many ways we could penetrate the customer. So any opportunity is an opportunity for us in terms of the large multi-location enterprise. In addition to that, please tune into our monthly webinars to see where our partners are winning big in case studies. That's a great way to learn how to win big with us.
Rich Morris, it's been a pleasure, my friend. You win the award for the best name of your incentive program, because I'm all about Choose Your Own Adventure. Take care, and let's have you back on the show again real soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Now, if you have a promo, quarterly spiff, annual incentive, or special contest to share with our audience, just let us know. Isn't that right, Nancy?
If you would like to be a featured guest on UCaaS Connection, let us know. We are here to help you tell your story. Visit us at ucasbeat.com or through our UCaaS Connection social media pages. You can request an interview, submit stories, updates, big wins, or anything else that's newsworthy by emailing us at featureus@ucasbeat.com. These are your stories, and this is your show.
Now, earlier in the show, we ran a story about the power of SD-WAN to increase understanding of data traffic patterns. Now, the benefits of SD-WAN are numerous, as are the factors for choosing a provider. How it's used on a daily basis has changed completely now that so many people are working remotely. These are some of the reasons we created the SD-WAN show, which airs every other Thursday at 2 p.m. Central. Episode 3 of the SD-WAN show is going to air July 16th, and our host will be Aaron Bach, managing partner with Upcala.
A typical wide area network often includes a mix of private circuits like MPLS and point-to-points, as well as public internet circuits like fiber, copper, and cable, all spread across wide geographical locations. With cloud-based services becoming more popular, bandwidth requirements have exponentially increased, but each data packet is still routed without any consideration of other networks. This means that dozens of connections might lie dormant, while another is weighed down with traffic. The solution to this inefficiency is software-defined wide area network. SD-WAN is an intelligent solution that efficiently manages all network connections and policies as a whole, reducing costs and harnessing all available bandwidth. Picture your entire network as superhighways in the metropolis of their enterprise. If one highway suffers from congestion, SD-WAN is the navigation that automatically routes data to a faster highway with less traffic. Even if one highway goes offline, traffic will still be securely routed to its destination, replacing need for VPNs. SD-WAN can also prioritize critical applications like voice for best customer experience. SD-WAN harnesses the total throughput of all networks with minimal management and maximum data reporting. You can swap or supplement existing networks for inexpensive public connections, optimizing performance and cost. Once configured, deploying additional branches is quick and dynamic. What complaints do users have regarding network or application performance? Which connections are underutilized or only used for backup? What are your mission-critical applications, and where are they located? What are your biggest challenges in managing network costs? If you could improve one thing about your network, what would it be?
And that is it for this episode of UCaaS Connection. We will be back here next week with new guests and new stories, maybe from here in my lovely office, maybe back in the studio. We'll just have to see. I do want to give a quick shout out to all of our crew today who all worked remotely from home to pull off this episode. And I want to say a very special hello to our stage manager, Maya. We are thinking about you, and we cannot wait to see you again real soon. Until then, stay safe, my friends. Keep your distance, and always, no matter what, stay connected.